Maya sat outside a cafe, looking at her phone. She had no job. Her rent was overdue. Her phone buzzed. It was Grace, her only friend. "Maya, I found something," Grace said. "It's strange, but it pays well." "What is it?" "A man needs someone to stay in his mansion for 3 months. No cleaning, no sex. Just live there. You'll be paid every week." Maya blinked. "What's the catch?" "He's rich. Maybe lonely. His name is David." Later that evening, Maya met a man in a black suit. He was David's assistant, Mr. Cole. "You must follow every rule. Once you enter the mansion, you can't leave unless Mr. David says so," Mr. Cole said. Maya nodded. She needed money. A black car took her to a large mansion. It looked cold and quiet. Mr. Cole opened the door. Maya stepped in. The door locked behind her. She looked back. "Wait, why did it lock?" "No one leaves without permission," Mr. Cole said. Maya's heart beat fast, but it was too late. She was inside now. Maya followed Mr. Cole through a long hallway. The mansion was quiet. The lights were bright, but the air felt cold. He stopped at a big wooden door. "This is your room," he said. "Stay here unless called. These are the rules." He gave her a paper. "No entering the West Wing. No using phones or internet. No contact with the outside world. Speak only when spoken to. Never open locked doors." Maya looked at him. "What happens if I break a rule?" "You won't like the result," he said. Mr. Cole left. The door locked behind him. Maya sat on the soft bed. The room had everything: TV, food, clean clothes. But she couldn't stop thinking. Why so many rules? She walked to the window. It was sealed. She tried the door. It was locked. A small speaker on the wall turned on. A voice said, "Maya, welcome." It was deep, calm, male. "I am David. You will stay here. You will follow my rules. If you disobey, you will regret it." The speaker turned off. Maya sat back scared. She wanted money. Now she was locked in a stranger's house. Maya did not sleep well. She kept waking up. Every sound in the mansion made her jump. She wanted to leave, but the door was still locked. In the morning, the speaker turned on again. "Good morning, Maya," David said. "Your breakfast is outside your door. You may eat, then wait." She opened the door. A tray of food was on the floor: eggs, bread, and tea. She sat on the bed and ate slowly. The food tasted good, but she had no appetite. Hours passed. No one came. No one spoke. In the afternoon, the door unlocked. A woman in uniform entered. She was tall, with short hair. "I'm Mrs. Daniels," she said. "I clean the mansion. I don't talk unless needed." Maya nodded. "Can I leave this room?" "No, not yet." Mrs. Daniels cleaned quickly and left. Later, the speaker came on again. "Maya, come to the main hall." The door clicked open. Maya walked out. The mansion was huge. She followed a long red carpet. David stood at the end, tall, serious, and cold. "I want to see if you will last," he said. Maya said nothing. She only nodded. David smiled. "Good." David pointed to a chair. Maya sat down quietly. He sat across from her. The room was large, with golden walls and glass lights. "I want peace in my house," David said. "No noise, no questions. Can you give me that?" "Yes," Maya said. David looked at her for a long time. Then he stood up and walked away. Mr. Cole entered the room. "Follow me." Maya followed him to another hallway. At the end was a locked door. "This is the West Wing," Mr. Cole said. "Never come here. Understand? Yes, she said. He handed her a small box. This is your test. Inside are keys. Only use the one that opens your room. Do not touch the others. She nodded again. He left her alone. Maya opened the box. There were 5 keys. One was marked room. The rest were blank. She stared at them. What did the other keys open? What was behind the locked doors? She placed the box under her pillow and sat on the bed. That night she heard footsteps outside her door, slow, heavy. Someone whispered her name. Maya. She held the blanket tight. She didn't move. Maya did not sleep. She kept hearing the whisper. Maya. It was soft but clear. She sat up and listened. The whisper came again. She stood slowly and walked to the door. She put her ear close. Silence. Then, knock, knock. She stepped back fast. Who is it? She asked. No reply. She checked the time. It was 2:12 a.m. She picked up the box of keys. She looked at the unmarked ones. One of them might open the door. Her fingers touched a key. No, she whispered to herself. She put the box back under her pillow. The speaker turned on. Go back to bed, Maya, David's voice said. Her heart raced. Was he watching her? She got under the blanket and faced the wall. I follow the rules, she whispered. I want the money. I follow the rules. She stayed awake until morning. The next day, the door opened. Mrs. Daniels brought food. Maya asked, Who knocked on my door last night? Mrs. Daniels did not answer. She left without a word. The speaker turned on. Eat well, Maya. Tonight is dinner with me, David said. Maya closed her eyes. This mansion was not normal. She felt like a prisoner. Maya stood in front of the mirror. A red dress was laid out on her bed. It had no tag. It was her size. A note beside it said, Wear this. She put it on. The fabric was smooth. It fit her perfectly. At 7 p.m., the door opened. Mr. Cole waited outside. Follow me. She walked behind him, through long halls. The mansion looked more strange at night. The lights were low. The silence was heavy. They entered the dining room. David sat at the head of a long table. He wore a black suit. Sit, he said. Maya sat. A plate of food was in front of her. Steak, potatoes, and wine. David spoke first. Do you like the dress? Yes, she said. You look perfect, he said. She looked down. Thank you. They ate in silence. He watched her the whole time. After dinner, he asked, Why did you take this offer? I needed money, she answered. No family. No, just me. David stood up. I like quiet girls. Stay that way. He walked out. Mr. Cole came in and walked her back to her room. Before leaving, he said, He doesn't invite people twice. You passed. Maya felt cold. She wanted to cry. Maya woke up early. Her mind kept going back to the whisper at her door. She looked at the box of keys again. She touched one of the unmarked keys. Her fingers shook, but she pulled her hand away. Later, Mrs. Daniels brought food. Maya asked, Is David always watching? Mrs. Daniels looked at her. He sees everything. Then she walked out. After breakfast, Maya stepped into the hallway. The door to the west wing was at the end. It looked old and strong. She took a slow step forward, then another. Her heart beat fast. She looked around. No one was there. She pulled the key box from her pocket. She tried one key in the west wing door. Click. It turned. She opened the door just a little. The room behind it was dark. She could smell something strange, like dust and perfume. She heard a sound, footsteps. She quickly closed the door and locked it again. When she turned, David was standing behind her. What did I say about rules? He asked. Maya froze. She could not speak. David stared at her. There is a price for disobedience. He walked away without shouting, but the silence was worse than a scream. Maya sat in her room, waiting. Hours passed. No food, no voice from the speaker, no visit from Mrs. Daniels. She was hungry and scared. At night, Mr. Cole entered. He carried a black cloth. "Stand up," he said. She stood. He tied the cloth over her eyes. "No talking." She said nothing. He led her through the halls. She counted her steps. Left, right, turn. She lost track. They stopped. He opened a door. The floor under her feet was cold. "Sit," he said. She sat on a metal chair. Her hands were tied to the armrests. Then she heard footsteps. Slow, calm. It was David. "You broke a rule," David said. "You opened the West Wing." Maya said, "I didn't go inside." David replied, "You tried. That's enough." She felt a cold object touch her hand, then silence. "Next time, the punishment will hurt more," he said. He left. Minutes later, Mr. Cole untied her. He walked her back without a word. In her room, she took off the blindfold. Her hand had a red mark, like a stamp. The mark said, "Watched." She sat on the bed and cried. This was not just a mansion. This was control. The next morning, Maya woke up to a strange sound. A soft knock came from the wall beside her bed. Tap, tap, tap. She placed her ear against the wall. "Hello?" a voice whispered. Maya froze. "Who are you?" "I'm Leah," the voice said. "I'm in the next room." Maya looked around. "Are you a guest here too?" "No," Leah said. "I've been here for 5 months." Maya's chest tightened. "Why?" "He won't let me go," Leah said. "He says I belong to him." Maya sat on the floor. "Did you try to escape?" "Yes," Leah whispered. "He punished me. I can't walk properly now." Maya was silent. Then she asked, "Why are you talking to me now?" "Because you're new," Leah said, "and you still have hope." Before Maya could say more, the speaker in her room clicked on. "Go back to bed, Maya," David's voice said. Maya looked at the wall. The speaker must be in every room. Leah said nothing after that. Maya got back into bed, shaking. She now knew the truth. She wasn't the only prisoner in the mansion. She wasn't special. She was just the newest one. Maya could not sleep. Leah's voice stayed in her mind. 5 months? That meant David had done this before. She waited until morning. She ate the breakfast placed at her door, then she wrote on a piece of tissue paper with a makeup pencil. "I believe you. Let's escape." She tapped on the wall. Tap, tap, tap. No reply. She waited. Then a soft knock came. The tissue disappeared under the wall gap. Later, a new note came back. "Meet me in the laundry hall, midnight, use key 3. Maya's heart raced. She opened her key box. She had never used key 3. At night, she stayed awake. When the clock hit midnight, she opened her door quietly. The hall was dark. She moved slowly, holding the key tight. She reached a small door. She used key 3. It opened. Inside was the laundry hall, empty. Then she saw her, a thin girl with curly hair and tired eyes. "You're Leah," Maya said. Leah nodded. "We only have one chance. He always watches, but not during storm nights." A loud thunder cracked outside. This was their chance. They looked at each other. No more talking. It was time to escape. Rain poured outside. The thunder was loud. The lights in the mansion flickered. Leah grabbed Maya's hand. "Follow me. Stay close." They ran through a narrow back hallway. Pipes lined the ceiling. Water dripped from the walls. "This way leads to the basement door," Leah said. Maya looked behind. No one was chasing them, yet. They reached a metal door. Leah pulled out a hairpin and started to pick the lock. Maya watched the stairs behind them. Every sound made her jump. Click! The door opened. Cold air hit their faces. They stepped outside. The rain was heavy, but they didn't stop. Leah pointed. "Through those trees, there's a road." They ran through the mud. Maya fell, but Leah pulled her up. Suddenly, headlights turned on behind them. A black car. David's voice came through a speaker. "Come back now and I won't hurt you." They ran faster. Then, a loud bang. Maya screamed. Leah fell. "No!" Maya shouted. Leah's leg was bleeding. "Go!" Leah cried. "Don't stop!" Maya held her hand. "I won't leave you." The car got closer. Maya looked around. She saw a small shed up ahead. "We'll hide," she said. They limped toward it, hearts pounding. Maya pulled Leah into the small wooden shed. It was dark and smelled of dust. She shut the door and locked it from inside. They both sat on the floor, wet and shaking. Leah held her bleeding leg. "He shot me." Maya tore part of her dress and tied it around Leah's wound. "We'll fix this. We're not going back." Outside, the car engine stopped. Footsteps followed. David's voice echoed. "You can't hide. I always find what's mine." Maya held Leah's hand. They didn't speak. They didn't move. The footsteps came closer, then stopped near the shed door. Silence. Then, bang! David kicked the door once. They held their breath. But the door didn't break. After a few seconds, the footsteps moved away. Minutes passed, then an hour. "He's gone," Leah whispered. "We need help," Maya said. "Can you walk?" "Not far," Leah replied. Maya looked around the shed. There were old tools, a box of ropes, and a cracked phone on the floor. She picked up the phone. No signal. Dead battery. But she also found a map. It showed a road close to the shed. "If we reach this road," Maya said, "we can flag someone." They had one more shot. Maya helped Leah stand. She leaned on Maya, holding her injured leg. The rain had slowed, but the sky was still dark. They moved through the bushes, following the direction on the map. "Just a little more," Maya said. Leah nodded, but her steps were weak. Behind them, they heard dogs barking. "He's searching again," Leah whispered. Maya gripped her tighter. "We can't stop." They pushed through thick plants. Thorns scratched their skin, but they didn't care. Finally, Maya saw something ahead. A road, empty, wet, but real. "We made it," she said. They ran to the road, waving their arms. No cars, no sound. Then, headlights. A truck came from the corner. "Help!" Maya shouted, waving both hands. The truck slowed. The driver, a middle-aged man, stepped out. "What happened to you two?" "Please," Maya said. "We escaped from a house. He's trying to catch us." The driver helped them in. "You're safe now. I'll take you to the police." Tears rolled down Maya's face. Leah held her hand. They were finally out. As the truck drove off, Maya looked back at the trees. The mansion was hidden again. But the nightmare was not over yet. The truck stopped in front of a small police station. The driver helped Maya and Leah out. An officer rushed toward them. "What happened?" Maya spoke quickly. "We were locked in a mansion. The man's name is David Cole. He kept us there." The officer led them inside. "Sit here. We'll get a doctor and take your statement." Leah sat quietly, holding her leg. Another officer brought a first aid box and started treating her wound. "We'll contact the city police," the officer said. "Do you know the address?" "No," Maya said. "It's deep in the forest, hidden behind gates." The first officer nodded. "We've heard whispers about that place, but no one ever reported anything." "Well, now someone has," Maya said firmly. A female officer handed her a blanket. "You're safe now. We'll open a full investigation." Leah looked at Maya. "Do you think he'll come for us?" "He might try," Maya said, "but now we're not alone." They were moved to a safe house that night. The room was small but warm. There were no cameras, no locks, just silence. Maya sat by the window and watched the sky. For the first time, she felt like a real person again. 1 week later, Maya sat in the safe house living room. She was holding a letter. It was from the police. David Cole had been arrested. "They found him in the mansion," Maya told Leah. "They found his cameras, his keys, everything." Leah looked at her. "Is it over now?" Maya shook her head. "There's a trial. We have to testify." The court date was in 2 weeks. The officer who brought the letter said, "He's trying to get a lawyer to claim you both entered his house by choice." Maya felt anger rise. "He locked us in. He punished us. He treated us like property." The officer nodded. "We believe you, but court needs proof and witnesses." Leah looked down. "I'm scared to face him again." "I am too," Maya said, "but we need to do it, for ourselves, and for any other girl he tries to trap." The officer gave them new clothes and told them a doctor would visit later. As Maya sat alone that night, she thought of the mansion, the cold floors, and David's voice. She wasn't just a girl who ran. She was now a woman who would fight. The prison had ended. The battle was just beginning. 2 weeks later, Maya and Leah sat inside the courtroom. Their hands were shaking. David Cole stood in front of the judge wearing a suit. He looked calm, but Maya saw through him. The judge said, "We are here to hear the case of Maya and Leah versus David Cole." David's lawyer spoke first. "My client claims the girls lived with him by choice. He says they were in a relationship." Maya stood up. "That's a lie. He locked me in a room. He gave me keys with limits. He watched me through cameras." Leah added, "He shot me when I tried to escape." The judge looked at David. "Do you deny this?" David stayed quiet. The police showed photos from the mansion, the locked doors, the hidden cameras, the map Maya used to escape. The judge nodded. "This is serious. The court needs one more day to decide." After court, Maya and Leah walked outside. "I hate seeing his face," Leah said. "Me too," Maya replied, "but we're not running anymore." They returned to the safe house, tired but strong. The next hearing would decide everything. Maya closed her eyes that night, hoping for justice. The courtroom was silent. Maya and Leah sat close together as the judge prepared to speak. Reporters stood at the back. The room was full. David stood without emotion. The judge looked at him. "After reviewing all evidence, this court finds you guilty of unlawful confinement, abuse, and attempted murder." David blinked but said nothing. "You are sentenced to 25 years in prison with no parole." Leah let out a quiet breath. Maya held her hand tightly. The police walked David out of the courtroom in handcuffs. He turned once, staring at Maya. She stared back, strong. Outside, reporters rushed to them. Maya said only one thing: "No girl should ever be trapped again." Later, at the safe house, Leah sat on the bed. "He's really gone." Maya nodded. "And we're still here." A woman from a support group came to visit. She offered them a place to stay with therapy and help. "You both deserve a new life," she said. Maya agreed. The mansion was behind them now. So was the fear. For the first time, the future looked open, and they would walk into it. Free. 3 weeks later, Maya and Leah moved into a small apartment. It had 2 bedrooms, a tiny kitchen, and old furniture, but it was their own. No cameras, Leah joked, checking the corners. No locks, Maya added, smiling. They unpacked clothes donated by the support center. A neighbor brought food. For the first time, strangers were kind. Maya got a job in a local shop. Leah started drawing again. Her leg was healing fast. One evening, Maya stood on the small balcony. The wind felt good on her face. Leah joined her. "Can you believe we made it?" Maya looked at her. "We almost didn't, but we did." A knock came at the door. Maya opened it. It was the support group woman. She smiled. "We found other girls. They were scared to speak, but after your story came out, they came forward." Maya felt tears in her eyes. "That's why we told it." "You saved lives," the woman said. After she left, Maya sat quietly. She had nothing when she entered that mansion, but now she had peace, purpose, and someone beside her. Not every story ends with money or love, but this one ended with freedom. One quiet afternoon, Maya was sweeping the floor when a soft knock came at the door. She opened it slowly. Standing there was a man in his 30s. He looked nervous. "Are you Maya?" he asked. "Yes," she replied, cautious. "I'm Daniel," he said. "I'm David Cole's younger brother." Maya froze. "I'm not here to hurt you," Daniel said quickly. "I just wanted to say thank you." "Thank me?" Maya asked, confused. Daniel nodded. "David was sick for a long time. Our family covered it up. We didn't speak up. We were wrong. I'm sorry." Maya didn't respond at first. Then she said, "He ruined people's lives. Saying sorry won't fix that." "I know," Daniel said, "but I wanted you to know. I'm trying to make it right. I've donated to your support center. I'm helping other girls now." Maya looked at him. He seemed honest, tired, but honest. She didn't smile, but she nodded. "Then don't stop helping." "I won't," he said. "Thank you for being brave." He left quietly. Leah came out from the room. "Who was that?" "Someone from the past," Maya said. "But I'm focused on the future now." And she meant it. 6 months later, Maya stood in front of a small classroom. She now worked with young girls, teaching them basic skills and sharing her story. Leah had become an art teacher in the same center. Her drawings were now full of color, not pain. Every morning, Maya woke up in her small bed, in a room she chose, in a home she paid for. No one told her when to eat. No one locked any doors. One day, during her class, a young girl raised her hand and asked, "Miss Maya, were you ever scared?" Maya smiled gently. "Yes, very scared. But I didn't let fear win." The girl smiled back. After class, Leah met her by the gate. "You ready for dinner?" Maya nodded. They walked down the street together. The sun was setting. Lagos was noisy and full of life, but they felt peace inside. They passed a big mansion. Leah glanced at it. "Still reminds you?" Maya shrugged. "It was never a mansion. It was a prison. But this," she looked around, "this is freedom." They laughed and kept walking. Maya had lost time, love, and peace once. But now she had her life back, and no one would ever take it again. Thank you for watching the video to the end. If you find this video interesting, do well to hit the subscription button, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for new stories.